Today's consciousness, today's consciousness, today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? From the pristine position that we held in today's consciousness, here's a new show just for you every Tuesday called Today's Consciousness. Be there and enjoy all the great special guest stars that will be passing through on a new show called Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Today's Consciousness. Are you ready to address all the things that are going on? And how can we heal today's consciousness? Today's consciousness. Today's consciousness. Right here on KSP TV. Today's consciousness. What happened and how can we change it? How you doing, family? I'm so glad we have this time together just to have a laugh and get some knowledge. The kind of knowledge you will never find in college. But it's time for us to all use it. Oh yeah, we're going to have a great time today. We got a great show for you coming up. Don't touch that dial. We got a beautiful sister coming on for making her debut on my channel for the first time. Sister Liv in the building. Liv with Nature. Woo! Is on a natural mission to redefine the way we shop for essential items. She's coming up in a few minutes right here, September 21st. We're doing it nice and big today. Remind y'all that tomorrow, I have nothing going on tomorrow, but on Tuesday, boom, I have Sylvia Traymore Morrison, the first Black female associate writer for SNL, will be on my show at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, September 23rd. And she's also the first woman of color comedic impressionist. She'll be on my show also. She has broken barriers and paved the way for future icons, and she has. People like Monique respect her, and people like Oprah Winfrey respect her. People like Whoopi Goldberg respects her. So can't wait to have her on my show. And then later on that evening, today's consciousness in the conscious community, we have the one, the only legend himself, Dr. Mukasa Africa Ma'at. Today's consciousness in the conscious community is what happened, how can we change it, how can we heal it? And boy, he got some stories to drop on some of y'all. And then on the 30th, we have the one, the only A.A. Rashid will be in the building live and direct. Big up to everybody that's coming in. Let me start my Instagram feed. I didn't even start my Instagram. Want to make sure Instagram got me. But the sister that I'm about to bring on Right now at 9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. The sister that I'm about to bring on is somebody that I met uh, at the Invest Fest last year, or we kind of reconnected somehow, but she knew who I was. But she has a product line called Live With Nature, and Live With Nature is more than just a brand, it's a lifestyle. And they're committed to fostering a deeper connection with nature and promoting a holistic approach to wellness. After all, when you respect nature, nature will respect you, and that's their motto. So you got to join them on that journey and really support them on every platform as Live With Nature towards a healthier and more sustainable future for yourself and your family. Without further ado, I want to welcome on the show for the first time the one, the only Liv, Sister Liv in the building. We're going to bring her on right now. Don't y'all touch that down. We got our beautiful sister in the building. What's up, sister?
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. I love her voice. Happy Sunday. It's like she's drinking wine already. Like she got her wine glass waiting for her. So big up to her. Make sure you support her IG, of course. I mean, her info is info at livewithnature.com. That's her email. Her website is livewithnature.com. All her social media is at Live With Nature. Cash App and PayPal is $Live With Nature, of course, with Cash App also. My sister, welcome to my show. Finally.
Thank you so much for having me. It's definitely an honor.
It is an honor, my sister. And I told her I have her product right here. I was there wiping my hands with it. Her sanitizer right here. And my hands smelling good, man. Makes me want to smack myself. And that's what I did. I just smacked myself and hurt them. But I am honored to have my beautiful sister in the building. How you feeling? How you doing out there, you bi-coastal self?
Yes, I'm feeling good. As you can see, it's still light in my background.
Yes,
So it was it was a little hot in California today, but not as bad as the South, I can imagine.
Yeah. Oh no, South right now is looking good, man. I'm in the backyard grounding, feeling good. My afro,
Nice.
I'll be loving it, girl. I'll be climbing trees and jumping off of them.
That's awesome.
That's just what I do. I keep my youthfulness. I gotta keep my youthfulness out these streets.
Right.
Never know when they're gonna come for you.
You are still young.
Oh man, I keep it going at 58. 5 plus 8 equals 13. So you know what that is. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to keep it popping.
Yeah. And, you don't look it at all. Don't sound it. Don't look it.
Thank you, man. Well, it says once a man, twice a child. So I'm staying with that twice. I'm in my second childhood right now. I am really in my second childhood.
Okay, that's good.
Working out, taking care of myself, and keeping it light. I'm not doing nothing crazy and over exaggerating and over exertion. I don't need to do that. But let me tell people, please like, subscribe, and share with those on a journey to growth. I don't want the knuckleheads here, but if there's a knucklehead that's changing their life to be their best self, send it to them. All right, send it to them. That's all I require. And please show support for our guests. Of course, you could super chat, super sticker me. You could do Cash App with me, PayPal with me, Zelle. But I'm going to be pinning her stuff at the top right now. I'm pinning her contacts at the top of the chat now. And I want her to be in the building. So, this company you call Live With Nature. Now, is that your name, Liv?
My full name is Olivia, but I grew up as Liv or Livy. So, Liv is my name there.
Like one of the great actors named Olivia, great writers named Olivia. Oh man! Now, what were your parents into a lot of what you're doing with as far as where did you get your consciousness into going to an essential oil? What was that all about? Your beginning?
To be honest with you, I've always been interested in a holistic approach, but I didn't even know what holistic living was.
Right.
When I was younger, if I had ear infections, not only did the medicine taste gross, but I just didn't like what I now know as side effects.
Right, right, right.
Whenever you see these commercials on TV, and then at the very end they say it really fast, side
Yes.
effects, blah, 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 blah. And I always paid attention to that. It's like, why would I take something to give me something else?
Right.
So I can remember this as early as 7 years old, to be honest with you.
Wow.
And I became a vegetarian when I was 13 because well, first I thought that was like the healthier thing to do. I
Mhm.
got grossed out by eating like dead, like, oh, everything just totally grossed me out.
Wow.
And then I was pregnant with my first child and I started to crave everything that I never ate. It was so, oh my God, it was so weird.
Mm.
But eventually, once my hormones balanced back out, then I went to veganism. So
Mm.
I'm plant-based. I tell people I'm not plant-based because I care about the animals and I'm so sad that, that they're butchered. That does kind of, sadden me a bit,
Right.
but it's really because of there's always these recalls, whether it's mad cow, whether it's, they're putting hormones, the RBST, all of the stuff to plump them up and to make them grow faster. And then on the spiritual side, when you realize, consuming flesh, when I am flesh, and just the spirit that, whatever spirit that animal has, and now you're consuming it. So to answer your question, I guess I've always been into it, but I didn't know how to define it. And so in my adulthood, it's going to be my 7th year in official business. In my adulthood, that's when I really honed in and actually correlated the power of holistic living. I
So
can't hear you.
hold
Oh,
on, wait
okay,
a second.
good.
Here I am. Here I am. Was any of your parents into holistic living before?
No, it's
Grandparents? Anybody?
foreign. When
Nobody?
I became a vegan, they laughed. It's foreign, and especially I
Yeah.
can't speak about other communities, but I have seen it so many times before in our community when we decide to go away from the soul food, right? Why do they call it soul food? They call
Mm.
it soul food because it gets your soul to heaven faster, right?
Mhm.
But so just when you have a different choice or a different path that you want to embark on, yeah, it wasn't easily embraced, years ago.
Man, and, that's very interesting. And but would you think that someone in your bloodline back anciently probably was into this too? Would you think
Oh, absolutely. I definitely believe it was my grandmother. She passed away years ago,
that? Right.
before I was even thought of. But yeah, I would say my grandmother.
And where was
But
she
it was
from?
definitely foreign when I was decided at 10 I was going to be a vegetarian.
Where was your grandmother from?
So records is limited. But I was told she was from Mississippi and moved to Florida.
Okay, so she's part of that indigenous part of it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I wholeheartedly believe we are indigenous and that we're native to this land. We were
Right.
here well before it was documented.
Right, 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 right. See, and that's important to know, and that's important to study, especially when you deal with the indigenous tribes and everybody that was here. And
Yeah.
uh, you know, I see that you're, going through your website, especially with all the essential stuff, and then of course having one of your products here, and how beautiful they smell, and how much that it kind of brings a good vibes out of thing. Now, are you intentional with how you make your products and with the vibe that you want people to experience? Because I seen your table popping over there at
Yeah.
InvestFest. Now it was popping over there at InvestFest, especially when you moved inward. That was
Yes,
that was the move.
man.
That was the move.
Investment is always one of my top events. I was definitely popping. I was tired. One day I didn't get to sit down until about 7 p.m.
Wow.
But to answer your question, yes, I am intentional. Number one, scents are huge when it comes to a person deciding on if they're going to use a product or not. A product can be super, super beneficial and it can give you wonders, but if it's really hard to get past something if it doesn't smell good to your nose.
That's right.
It's the same goes with food. It goes with anything. So yes, I am very big on my scents, and so I use all 100% pure grade essential oils. And citrus is my best friend because not only is citrus smells good to the nose, but it offers so many benefits,
Hmm.
whether it's antibacterial or skin healing or hair growth stimulating. So yes, to answer your question, scents are that is definitely intentional. Aromatherapeutic, all of that.
Hmm. And and a lot of people, especially men. Men don't, they now being more particular with what they put on their bodies, and scent and being scented. Because I'm still one that will take a bath, 'cause I grew up taking bubble baths when I was young and all that kind of stuff. And then,
Oh, that's awesome.
I love, and up to this day, I will take a bubble bath and or a spiritual bath or whatever, because
Yeah, yeah,
it brings back that nostalgia of being a youth. And
exactly.
and I know a majority of women support, of course, women always supporting each other even more. That's why sometimes that's why they cater to the women, even in society. They'll cater to the women faster because they know the women and the children. If you get them, oh, you got a lot going on there. You get
Yeah.
a lot of money out of that too. Have you
Yes.
seen men jumping on and buying your products a little bit more than ever now? What you
So
think?
I've always been gender neutral. It's been such an interesting concept. How I started is Sacramento, California has their own version of the Black Wall Street.
Yes.
And so I started off as a vendor there, and I had so much support from men and women.
Mm,
My biggest thing I would say is I do cater to men as well. So the beard oil, it's sandalwood
right.
essential oil, and
I love
so
that.
it goes hard. They love that.
Yes.
But for the most part, when men are, like you said, they are more particular about what they put on their body. And they are just as they love my leave-in conditioner just as much as they love the beard oil. The leave-in conditioner is citrus, scented
Right.
and less quote unquote masculine. But yeah, the men and women both love the scent of my products for sure.
Okay, so they cover both. And I used to sell oils when I was younger as Muslim, and sandalwood, Egyptian musk, those
Yes.
was selling Night Queen. I mean, different things we were selling back in the day. So to see that, that full circle, and this I was doing it in the 80s.
Yeah, right.
To see what's happening now and see that people are jumping on the oil bandwagon or essential oils is so exhilarating to me because I know
Yes.
I went through the arguments that I went. In the times during my time, it was more I was selling incense oils and also propagating the message from whatever community I was at that time, which was particularly the Ansar or Nubian Islamic Hebrew. So we had to have oils and all that kind of stuff to give people what they want, so they can want what they have to give, what we have to give. So if you smell good, you might buy a book, you might buy an incense because you want your house to
Exactly.
smell good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so and I'm surprised you don't sell incense, do you? Have incense?
I do not. So so one year for the holiday season, whatever you call the holiday season,
Right,
I sold like essential oil, as well as lemongrass.
right.
But that's not my specialty.
Okay.
It's not. I know there's certain lanes that I have, and I'm very comfortable with staying in those.
Right, right. Because I see that Erica Badu try to get into it. she's,
Oh,
she's selling a boom boom incense.
I did hear about that.
Oh
I
yeah,
actually
oh
did
yeah.
hear about
And,
that.
and men bought it off the rack, but women,
Of course they did.
but women did too. Like what? And I met Erica twice. I worked with her. I worked with her once on stage, but I worked with her. I met her on the streets in New York because her sister didn't live too far from a place in
Nice.
Brooklyn. So me and Eric, I was her and Andre 3000. I met them both together.
Yeah, they're both a vibe for sure.
Yeah, man, their whole vibe. And she came to me, she said, I like your smile. I love your smile.
It's very infectious for sure.
I said, look here, man. I ain't gonna be another baby daddy. So
Oh my goodness.
they started laughing because I'm just funny. I'm just
That is so
they doing that
funny.
to me. So get into my business.
Right.
But what also draws people is that your energy is very pulling towards them too, and you seem to maintain a certain level of energy, even though if you was tired, whatever you went through, you kept a certain vibe, and your smile is compelling too. Don't try, don't
Oh,
fool.
thank you. I appreciate
Your
it.
smile pull everything. It's like a whole sun, and then of course you wear the outfit with it. You got the whole dress code. You dress you and y'all in sync with what's going
You
on.
got to do the color coordination,
Oh yeah, I
man.
did
Make
the
it
color
cute.
coordination. I was doing feng shui and color therapy at the same time and aromatherapy all at once.
Yeah.
Is that important? All of that, those components
Absolutely.
for your products. Talk about why you got into doing that and making sure everything coordinates, like John Witherspoon would say, coordinate.
Yes, coordination is key. Well, first, as a Leo,
Yeah.
if I step out in public, I definitely gotta
Oh
have
yeah.
a certain style to
Oh
me.
Lord,
And
have mercy.
so it's actually really fun incorporating it in my business.
Right.
Because really your first impression can make or break anybody's decision to even give you the time of day. It's not even about just selling my products. It's also about educating and just helping them realize that the power is right there in their kitchen.
Right.
So yes, coordination, all of that, branding is key. What I also used to do a lot, and I still do it, is I cross brand. So I partner with other merchandising companies,
Good.
and in my promo videos or even at events, I'll often wear another ask about it. The cross branding is key. Networking, branding, cross branding, being intentional with how you present yourself is very important.
That exactly, being very intentional, and you are definitely that. And I watch from afar. I'm like, okay, I'm checking everything out. Like, okay, I'm like security though, but
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still watching people's back because you treated me well from the first time I met you, and I didn't know where you knew me from the first time we met at the Invest Fair.
I know you probably get a lot of people
Yeah,
that do that to you as
people
well.
run up on you all the time while you were around 19 keys or whatever. We all know each other, and so seeing that you're on this mission, like I said, and this particular quote I found in your bio is on a mission, a natural mission to redefine the way we shop for essential. Now, talk about redefining the way we shop. Why is it important that you redefine it, and what are some of the educational purposes, especially that you want your customers and people that come to you at all for your services? Go ahead, please talk about that.
Yes. The biggest thing is that I would love for people to realize is the power really can be in your
Mm,
kitchen. Your spices, whatever you have in your refrigerator, a lot of times you can make the very products that you go and seek the grocery
right.
store for. And so when I say redefine how you shop for essential items, if you are out of toothpaste and say you're a frequent user of the major store brands, I don't want to say them, but whatever major store brand is out on the shelf, and if you're out of toothpaste, if you have baking soda and coconut
Yep.
oil, man, that is your best
That's right.
friend. Even if you just have baking soda, it may not taste well, but I mean, sometimes you have to weigh the benefit of, do you want for it to taste well, or do you actually want it to work for you? Because a lot of these products in the stores, they are not working for you the way that you
Right.
think they are. And you are overpaying for products that are under delivering. So my biggest thing is, again, realizing that the power a lot of times is in your kitchen. And then if you don't have the time to make the product, which a lot of people don't, then search for products with ingredients that you can pronounce, that you can easily recognize, where you don't have to go online and look up the simple name that is on that
Mm,
product. And on top of that, just because a product may have something that may be expensive or something that is known to be really hard to get, that doesn't mean there isn't another product that has simple ingredients that can yield amazing benefits. And so that's what I mean by redefining is not necessarily following the what we've been sold. I just learned that Listerine was not
I know.
originally
From
supposed to
Lister,
be
yes, that's
a
right. It
mouthwash.
was toilet. It was for cleaning toilets and all that stuff. So yeah,
That floor cleaner.
I
That's
knew that for
crazy.
20 years.
I literally just learned this
Wow.
last week. And so my thing is that's crazy. To propaganda is wild and real. And so redefining meaning that if you're looking for something to grow your
Right.
hair, you don't have to go run to the store and buy a $30 2 ounce a bottle of hair oil. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying you don't
Right.
have to. So realizing that you have the power to make that decision with a more with more knowledge in your
So,
background.
those that are just tuning in, we have with us the great Liv with Nature. She's out here. Make sure you can
Thank you.
email her if you want to contact her at info@livewithnature.com. She can go to our beautiful website called livewithnature.com. All social medias of course, at Instagram at Live with Nature, which I've pinned also on my Instagram because we're broadcasting on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And also Cash App, PayPal, Live with Nature. We have this beautiful sister on here with us. Let's give her another well-deserved round of applause because she deserves it. Yeah,
Thank you.
yes, yes, my sister. So, I was very close to Dr. Laila Africa, and we used to walk through stores, and he read everything. He read the things that he knew he was going to use. He read it, and if it had too much, and you
Too
understand it,
much.
and you didn't, he'll point it out, and he'll just put it right back. And after we chat
Yes.
for that hour, Dr. Africa got three things. Doc was so funny with that. And I used to laugh every time I see that. And I said, Doc, he said, King, you gotta read. And that's an education, like you like to educate. It's
Yes.
educate. How important to you that you feel when people come up to you and they try to make comparison with your products or other products? What is some of the educational nuances that you express to your audience or your clients? Because I know they'll tell you, I'm going for this, I'm
No,
going for that, but please.
honestly, that's only happened one time, and that was recent when I was at InvestFest. I have lemongrass. I have an odor eliminating room
Mhm.
spray, and it's lemongrass
Mhm.
essential oil. And so he came up, and I forgot the brand. It's some brand. He sprayed the room spray, and yes, it smelled good, but I could smell it was either like alcohol. It was something in there that really started to irritate my
Who did that?
nose.
Who did that?
Um, I don't remember. There were so many people at my
Okay.
table. I don't remember, but that was the first time I've ever had somebody compare another
Right.
product to mine. And it's not about competition. To me, it's not even about comparison. It's really if those products work for you, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. My focus is for the people that are struggling that continue to overpay for products that
Right.
underdeliver. And my what I'm all about is the simple ingredients that yield
Right.
amazing benefits. And so my products may not be for everybody, and I'm okay with that. And that's what we have to realize, that when you're offering something to the masses, to the community, just because it doesn't work or somebody doesn't like it, doesn't mean it's not a great product, doesn't mean it doesn't provide
Right.
value, and it shouldn't be compared to other products. For me, it's just I'm very, very confident and comfortable with the results that not only my sons and I have, but the community. There's a reason why I have repeat customers. There's a reason why I have subscriptions that continue to go month to month. There's a reason why my table is popping at
Mhm.
my events. It's because it's not just because I may have good presentation. It's because I have that faithful community that comes back because they know that my products actually work.
And I'm glad that you say you keep it simple, man. Because that's an
Yes.
old military saying. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it stupid because that's very important. And if
Yeah.
people should provide products that even a children could read. Package. You
Exactly.
absolutely. That's what I feel. And are your products? So your products would be considered children friendly.
Yes, they are. My niece, she's 3 years old. She's been using my sanitizer ever since she was
Okay.
2.
Okay.
Definitely, you could use the hair growth oil for cradle cap. There's a lot of things that a lot of my products really are really children friendly, elderly friendly, and in
Now,
between.
take us down the road of you preparing your stuff. Is there some type of meditation that you do? Are there some type of rituals that you do to make sure that you are in sync and in line with your products that you're producing?
Well, so the first thing I do is I know that there are certain things that definitely helps the skin. When I was younger, if I ever had a cut or anything that, happened to my skin, the first thing that would occur is, you cut the aloe vera plant, you put it on your skin, and within 2 to 3 days,
It's
oh my
tight.
gosh. So I know that is such a powerful plant. So I go with
I
what
use
I
it on my
know.
skin.
If I need
Mhm.
any Yes. So if I need any, sometimes recipes are given to me as I'm getting ready for the day or as I'm meditating, or it just depends. I may hear it drop in my mind and I'm like, oh, well, let me try this. This is what I wanted to do for this product. Let me try it and it works. Of course, I also do research. I read different books. I see maybe articles online, but for the most part, it really is about what I know works for me, what I have
Right. Right.
experienced, and me putting it to the test and sending it out to other
So so
people.
so you have children, and are they would they do they help sell with you sometimes? Would you ever?
Yes. So my youngest was at Invest Best. Whenever I used to do pop-ups, so whenever I had my store, they would definitely
Mhm.
assist. My youngest has always been like excited to assist. My oldest, he is more in the background where he'll help me label, he'll help me package, he'll help me do all of
Good,
those
good.
things. But yeah, my children are very much
Your son
involved.
is security, so let him the big one. Yeah, let him,
Yeah, yeah.
make,
Yeah, they're both
make
taller
sure you
than me, so
keep
yeah.
them training. So just in case they got to protect mom, you know. I went to
Exactly.
jail fighting for my mother, 7 police officers. So I know,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I'm
Oh
still
my
alive.
goodness. Yeah, I love being a
I
boy
thank
mom
my
too.
martial arts teacher for keeping me focused when I was younger. So it did help out. You know, whatever I did was done. It was
Yes.
good. So back in the '90s too. That was back in the '90s. But you know, I'm glad that your children are picking up on it. I would you think which one of them will take it to the next level? Would you say your brand?
That's a great question. I think my oldest would be more on the
Yes,
operations side, the
right,
logistics
right.
side, and my youngest would probably be the one boots on the ground,
Yeah,
to be
you know,
honest with you.
one day we got to do the numbers for that. We got to help them out. You know, I know.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
That or
yeah.
look at you, you know, you got lawyers books, so look into it and you see, you know, but look at all the dynamics from their name, all of it. You'll see which one really carry
Yes,
on that healing aspect to the point they might even become a doctor or certificate. You know,
yeah,
because I've seen that happen with people becoming doctors after their parents leave or they become something different and take it to the next level and kept the business flowing. A lot of us in the quote unquote conscious community, they believe in that, and sometimes I think a lot of people don't have the proper presentation. And like I said, you have a presentation because selling oils and incense and what we call or the shea butter movement, you know, uh, it wasn't really fashionable at a certain period of my life. And I
right,
remember that because everything was attributed only to the African brothers and sisters that came over. And
right.
a lot of us wasn't picking up on that later on until black soap and all that kind of stuff. What do you feel is happening now that everybody is starting to pick up on natural products, understanding natural products, wanting to get natural products, wanting to be natural? Damn, they probably don't even want to cut
Right.
under their arms or their hairs no more. They don't want to do nothing. So what is that all about from your perspective?
Well, I think that, I blame the internet. The internet has been helpful for spreading awareness to a lot of people, right? So when I say the internet, I also mean social media. I think it's exciting and I think it's really cool that people have decided to, even if it's a trend for them right now, sometimes the trend becomes a lifestyle. So I think that's amazing because, years ago, when I was stating, this medicine makes me it makes me feel weird. And I don't,
Mhm.
it's, oh, you're being dramatic. Oh, here you go again. But it's like, no, if you're giving somebody, when you take medicine, it really does give you different
Right.
side effects that you are involuntarily are asking for. And so it excites me that people are becoming more aware, wanting to be more natural, wanting to spend more time with Mother Nature, wanting to ground, like you said, and really taking care of not only what they put in their body but on their body. That's actually really
Yeah,
cool to
that
me.
is. Yeah, now it's because but I was talking to an individual, and some of them are saying that the people are taking spirituality, they're not balanced with it. In other words, some people rather be alone for the rest of their life and all kinds of rather be with their cat or their dog. Do you have? I'm not veering off into products now. Do you have sense for people that have dogs or cats that need to smell, or are those products good for not just gender neutral but also animal neutral, mammal neutral? What? How does this thing work? Then they clean a fish tank. What's going on with your product?
That is interesting. I did have one of my loyal customers ask me to create like a dog care line
Ah,
because I have four collections: hair care, oral care, skin care, and household cleaning
really?
items. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually did try looking into it. I have an avocado co-wash that I felt like would be really helpful. They had a lot of ticks and
Right, right.
fleas. But I found that the lemongrass is not I would have to change my formula a bit. I might venture into that, but as of right now, that's not something that I fully explored, but I have been
I
asked to
mean,
do
a,
it.
a pet line would be interesting, especially Europeans will jump on that like crazy. A
Yeah.
pet line, natural hair grooming, pet. I mean, anything to get rid of the ticks and all that. They might want to put that,
Yes.
whatever fights those things to keep bugs away. Because I notice when I do certain things around my house, I can keep certain bugs and all that kind of stuff. So I asked that question because I know people want me to do numerology for animals. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm like, yeah,
Oh.
I got it in my mind because I seen another book. I seen somebody do it already in a book, but I look at it a little different than they, especially for the doggies' mental health.
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I myself, I'm not an
Me
animal
neither.
person, so
Me
I'd
neither.
have to find somebody else who has an animal to really know if it
Yeah, I don't
works.
have no animals at all, and those that do have animals, big up to them because
Yeah,
I
no,
know people
yeah.
that destroy a whole relationship for their animals.
Oh,
They love
absolutely.
them so
Yeah.
much,
I've seen.
you know. So as far as teaching classes or helping other people to develop, have you decided to do any kind of counseling like that, or are you just staying focused on just what you have to offer from your perspective? Are you really setting up any workshops or things like that that can help people to really have some type of discipline and understand of why it is so important to take essential products? And are essential products good for melanated people and less melanated people? Have you built that type? Because I know everybody that's less melanated probably can't, because their skin, they release certain different chemicals than probably melanated people. What do you think about that? Are you creating anything around those things, or are you thinking about doing a workshop around those type of things?
Yeah, so when I had my store inside the New Black Wall Street in Atlanta, I actually did teach classes and they were successful. I had people who either pre-registered or they were just walking by and ended up joining the class. Teaching classes are fun for me because again, I come from the approach of what works for me and what I've seen have worked for
Right.
others. And it's also really cool because they realize, oh my goodness, I have this in my cabinet right now, or I have this in my
Mhm.
backyard. And so it's really cool for people to connect the dots and to see that the very same product that I'm offering to sell to you, you could actually make it for yourself. One of my plans is to release an ebook, is DIY
Right.
recipes, basically from items in your typical kitchen cabinet. And also from the ebook, I would also like to do monthly classes, probably virtual classes, just
Mhm.
because of uh, proximity. But yes, I do plan on picking those class sessions back up because it was so rewarding. It was so much fun. And anytime I did an in person class, you got to go home with a full product of what you made. So I did a series from each product line. So I did a face serum, it was a skin tightening face
Mhm.
serum. I did my leave in conditioner. I did a room
Right.
spray, and then I did there was one more I did, I have to remember. But I always featured, a product from one of my lines, and you got to go home with that, and then you also got to go experiment with the ingredients you had at home.
Well, I have your website up. I'm here looking through your website. Do you see it? Can you see it on you can see
Yes,
it.
I
Okay,
did.
so I see
Yes.
all the different products here, and well, not all of them, but you got bundle
Yes.
sales going on and all of that. I notice home cleaning bundles, you have that. Oral
Yep.
care and fluoride free bundles, skincare bundles, okay, perfect
Yeah.
hair bundles. I mean, you got some stuff going on over here, sister. Now, what's some of the top sellers that you recommend? Or I know you recommend all of them, but what's some of the top sellers on here?
Honestly, that's really okay. So the charcoal
Right.
toothpaste, actually the peppermint mouthwash as well. It's an oil pulling
Hmm.
mouthwash. The odor eliminating room spray, definitely the lemongrass hand sanitizer, the hair growth oil, the leave-in conditioner, the skin smoothing face cream, skin tightening face serum. Those are like the ones that are always circulating. I'm always selling those. I have a skin firming clay mask. I sell the household cleaner
I
as
didn't know you
well.
had the oil
Uh,
pulling because I like taking care of my teeth, right? So, yeah, and these
yes,
are my
yes.
original teeth. So, you can stop playing. So, oh man, now I gotta get me something.
The shea butter deodorant, I actually forgot about that. I have a shea butter
Wow.
deodorant. Um, yeah, so I would say that most of my products are consistently
Good,
circulating.
good, good. And I mean, she got a great website, family. Let me tell you. Uh,
think so.
again, let's go to, you got all these, so everything, I see you got all the melanin women and hot, from white to the very melanated. That's good. So it can complement any skin.
It's inclusive. It's it's inclusive of
Right. That's
everyone.
why I want to make sure.
I would say my hair care products, though, if you do have fine, how do I say this? There's a word that is like a technical word, but if my hair care products really are geared towards curly haired individuals.
Mm,
Uh, yeah, if you have straight and fine hair, um, just because of a lot of times, so like my avocado co-wash, it does not strip your natural
mm,
oils. When you have curly hair, a lot of times your hair is full of protein and it's oftentimes dry and brittle from the products that you're using. And so my avocado
right.
co-wash will not only retain those natural oils, but it'll help also put back in moisture.
Right.
Excuse me.
Right. Right. Take
So I wouldn't recommend those products for straight haired individuals, but everything else is,
straight haired
inclusive.
individuals. That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
You just, they exist.
She said straight haired individuals. Like I said, I find that very hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This has been fun. This has been fun. So, let's get into the history of of our melanated people taking care of their hair and taking care of their body and taking care of what they put on their body. Have you studied any of the deeper history that you can also get into in regards to why hair care, skin care, and even hygiene in general is important? And please go
Yeah.
go go ahead. Do your thing.
So, for instance, a lot of times health begins in your mouth. People don't realize that if you have a lot of bacteria, if you have unresolved dental issues, that can affect your heart. It could lead to stroke. It could lead to heart disease, heart
Yep.
attack. It could affect your
Yep.
memory. There's so many, like your real health truly does start in the
Yes.
mouth. Your mental health can be severely affected by unresolved dental
Mm,
issues.
mm.
Also,
Okay.
your gut, a leaky
Okay.
gut. That's another thing where your health is also lies in the gut. If you have leaky gut, and a lot of triggers can make that leaky gut even worse. The lack of sleep, stress, is all because if you have a leaky gut, it could just be accentuated. Autoimmune disease is a thing. There's so many different things that can affect your health that a lot of people don't even
Mm.
realize. But also, studying with Bobby and Brother Panic, and just knowing that you also have to decalcify the third eye, because a lot of times we grow up on eating red dye and eating all these things that taste good, but it's really been calcifying our third eye or pineal gland, however people refer it. And so when you start to decalcify that third eye slash pineal gland, you start to, I think that's why my ancestors have been able to speak to me so
Yes.
clearly. You start to experience, feel things, dream about things, experience life in a way that you didn't even know was possible, because the gateways are clearer. So yes, I have definitely done a lot of study with
So
that.
you mentioned Bobby and Panic, because those are one of my brothers also. And how when was you introduced to Bobby and Panic? From
So that's very interesting. I'll make a long story short. I came from the church. I was not every religion, but I was baptized in the
Wow.
Catholic Church. My mother did Seventh Day Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, and yeah, Jehovah's Witness and Seventh Day Adventist. So I was baptized in the Catholic Church, grew up in the choir, all of that. And so when I left the church, I felt betrayed. And we could talk about that another time. But Dr. Ray
Oh
Hagins helped me with that betrayal. So then I go to Ray
yeah.
Hagan. Then I go to Delbert Blair. I'm like, oh man, now I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm really deep into it. And then I go down the rabbit hole even more. And then I discovered Brother Bobby Hemmett, and I'm like, oh, he's speaking to my soul. And at that time, Brother Panic, he had just came out. He was his
Right.
understudy, and that's when I really, and really also, I used to listen to Live with
Oh yeah,
Blue.
blue. It's
Um,
blue. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, sisters, and then Brother
The
Rich. His channel really interesting. So like Blue Pill, Red Pill, you, Lloyd, all of like everybody. And so that's really how I was introduced. I just kept going down one rabbit hole to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's how I'm
And I
here.
mean, because that pulls when you pull you into those rabbit holes, all them names you just mentioned, of course, I know them all, but
All
I,
of them. Yep. Even Dr. Joe, Joseph, Dr. Ben, and Dr. Joseph.
Dr. Ben is Dr. Johanna Yohanan. Yeah, that's his name, Dr. Ben. Yes, I know. Oh, wow, you read. So you've been doing your thing for a while, and
Yeah. So it's been a
man,
while.
that's powerful. Because how did you feel when Bobby stopped talking? How did you feel when Bobby?
Oh
Was he still
man. So at first I felt like a lot of other people's like, oh, we miss you, come back. But Brother Panic explained it
Yes, he did.
so
Yeah.
beautifully. He said that part of Bobby has ascended and he's no longer here. No matter how hard we try to get him back, he's no longer here. And so what it is disrespectful for us to not appreciate the information that's still
Mhm.
available. He has left us with so much content, information, and even if they continue to take it down offline, if you took notes or if you just remember the things that he have said, he has consistently talked about, if you have his videotapes, be very grateful that you have access to that because there are a lot of people that will not know who Dr. Bobby Hemmett was. And yeah, so at first, like I said, I was sad, but I'm just so grateful for what he's introduced me to. And I'm very grateful that he took Brother Panic under his wing and really had him carry that torch. I'm still affected by Brother Panic's
Yeah.
transition.
You come to the
And
memorial? You didn't come. You
I,
didn't come to the memorial, right?
I did.
Oh, you
I
was
was
there?
there.
I didn't. You
Yeah,
seen
I
when I
was
spoke?
there.
You seen when I spoke?
Yeah. Yes, no, I didn't see. Oh, you know what? I went to the public one. I apologize. I went to
Yeah.
the public one. I didn't go to the one. I didn't go to the
Oh no,
intimate one.
the public one I spoke. That's the big one. When it was in the dark hall, that hall that was dark, and they had a big thing. Yeah, I spoke. I was the first
Yeah.
one of the first to speak on the stage.
Oh, okay. Maybe, maybe my
Yeah,
memory. But I was with Khadijah, and I mean, I wasn't with her, but I'm saying I was
right.
sitting
And
in
I
the
was right
VIP
there
section,
with her
and I
son,
was
and I
there.
was the second. I felt,
You know what? I take that back. I did say hi to you,
yes,
but it was so many people. I remember
yeah,
now.
because
I apologize. I definitely remember, but
I
there was
turned
so
it
many
up
people
out there.
there.
I had she broke
You
down and
did.
started crying because of just how.
Yes, it was so, oh my gosh, that was so crazy. But again, he's left us with a
Yes,
lot of
yes, yes,
information. And I'm subscribed to his Patreon channel so I can have all of that
yeah.
information, at my fingertips. And I've taken classes with Khadijah since then. She's done a couple of readings for
Have
me.
you gone to any of
So
the parties
yeah.
that they had?
I have. I went to her deity party that was in
Yeah,
Miami
she had
this
wanted me
year.
because I had to go to New York, but she had wanted me to come out there. But yeah, I couldn't make that, man. I'm trying to get her back on the show, get on my show so we could talk. Richard's trying to get her.
Yeah, she's a powerful,
Yes,
powerful
yeah.
woman.
My sister took one of my younger sister took her classes also. I got a book, on that stuff. So Khadija is such a powerful sister, man. I love it. But I'm glad you
Yes.
got a lot of this foundation of information, so we know where your pedigree is and all that. There's a pedigree of information going on spirituality. How about Dr. Valentine? Did you ever get into Dr. Valentine?
Yes, Dr. Valentine, I actually missed him. I do apologize. Yeah, so Phil
Yes.
Valentine, even Rod
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
Hayes,
right, yes.
definitely a fan of Rod Hayes.
Brother Joseph now, all these guys, everybody coming.
Oh yeah, Dr.
Yeah,
Yosef, he be cooking. Rod Hayes, actually, ooh,
right.
he is a master chef in
Yeah.
my opinion. But yeah, Dr. Phil Valentine, what he made me. So I've always been natural in regard to just not. I tried the weaves. I just can't stand the fact I can't scratch my head.
Mhm.
No, nothing against weaves. I would
Right,
love to
right.
wear them, but I just can't scratch my scalp when they're on my head. And so he was the one that actually made me realize, okay, if I have natural hair that is not doesn't fit the norm, I just have to be comfortable in my own skin, and that's okay if I have natural hair that does not fit the social trend or the
Mhm.
norm. So I do thank Dr. Phil Valentine for that because he has consistently talked about how women, we just need to embrace what we have. Of course, whatever we do to enhance ourselves, that's beautiful. Do it as much as you want, but don't forget the natural beauty that lies underneath
Mm.
that.
That makes a lot of sense what you just said, because Doc is so he wants to keep the balance so much, and this world is so unbalanced. And
Yes.
I know your products are gender neutral, but how is the reception from the alternative community for your product?
Um, Great question. I don't really.
They
Honestly, I
You don't
don't
even know.
really.
You don't even know because they just people just buying.
I
People are just
don't.
buying, of course. So it's just human beings buying. That's all. So whether
Yeah,
they calling themselves by all these pronouns and I mean they
exactly.
got 72 of them. I'm like, how did this 72 are?
I don't even, yeah, it's
Yeah,
really, of course, I respect them all. I even have them in my family, to be honest with you. But it's just, yeah, everything is just, all neutral. It's neutral for every
everything.
person.
Okay, that's good. I had to ask that question. That's a good one. I had to ask that question.
Of
But
course.
family, we have again, family, before I let her go, of course, Live with Nature, her website, everything is on here. Her email, her Cash App, her PayPal, if you want to spread love, livewithnature.com, all her social media. She kept it real plain. Liv with nature, not Live, Liv
Right.
with nature. Make sure you support all that she's doing and all that she has to offer. Of course, I showed her website earlier, but if you want to see some more stuff right now, there it is. Let me put a website right back up there and make sure, matter of fact, let me make sure I cover some ground and fill up the whole place. And there is her website right now. Beautiful. A lot of sales going on her website. What they got coming up. You got, if you're celebrating Hallows Eve and all that, because that's when Panic used to do certain rituals and do all that stuff around October, going into that. November Thanksgiving gifts. Got Christmas or Kwanzaa or whatever. Make sure you go to her website and go and get something for your family. Support Live with Nature. And support everything. She got bundles going on now, and two powders and all that. I didn't know she had the whole pulling thing on her site, so I'm proud of that. So definitely gonna see if I can get some of that going. I like that. So I'm proud of you on that journey, my sister. Very proud of you on journey. And
Yeah.
how long you been doing it?
So officially, it'll be 7 years in
Oh,
February. Actually, the day after your birthday is
wait a
when I
second.
started.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cardi, she platinum with her. She on them streets. She's on them streets selling up there. I
Right.
love it. I love seeing her work out there doing her thing. While she pregnant, she don't care. She is pregnant again. Oh my God. Go ahead, girl. Get it in. Do your thing. My
Yeah, that's
dear,
crazy.
any last words for my audience and your products and everything else? Any last word you have to offer, please?
Well, I just again want to thank you for inviting me on your platform. It's definitely an honor, and I value it. And I will be dropping an ebook because really, I want people to know how easy it can be if you have
That's
the
right.
time to go ahead and take that power back into your hands and to not have to feel like you have to run to the store for every product.
Right,
So,
right, right, right. And well, thank you very much again for coming out and being a part of the journey on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's the name of my program, my platform, KSP TV. And my sister, I know you out there in California. You still in the light, man. You still in the light.
I am. I
I,
know.
I,
I love
I love
it.
it too, man. I'm gonna have to go in the dark right now. But I appreciate your greatness, sister, and we want to give you a well-deserved round of applause for coming on. Thank you again.
Thank you. I
I
really appreciate
appreciate
it.
you, sister. Be safe, okay? All
You
right,
too.
all right. That's our sister, man. Wow, she did a great job. Great job, great job, great job, great job. She really presented herself well, handled herself well, and I'm happy for her and what she does. Family, make sure you go to her website, livewithnature.com, all her social number, livewithnature.com, Cash App, $ live with nature. Show us some love. And also, if you want to contact her via email, that's info@livewithnature.com. Man, was a great job. Let me give her another round of applause. Um, Liz, hold on backstage. I'm gonna come to you after we finish here. Okay, I'm gonna hold on backstage, please. Okay. Shake your head if you hear me. All right. Shake your head if you hear me. All right. You do hear me. All right. Family. Man, this has been a beautiful, beautiful time, and I kept it within time, and we're not holding you up too long. Just want to remind all of my beautiful people, you are beautiful people. You are well deserved of all your greatness and what you do and how you do. And make sure you keep with the time, step up to the modern day and time. Make sure you find balance in whatever you do. Remember, tomorrow, I more than likely might go live in the morning or around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, just to drop some quick numerical breakdown. I do have some notes that I have, but I haven't put it into a flyer form or banner form. But on Tuesday, this beautiful lady, Sylvia Traymore Morrison, the first Black female associate writer for SNL, will be there Saturday Night Live. And also, and I'm going to talk to her about free speech being evaded upon. You know, they taking away our free speech in every kind of way. What they did with Jimmy Kimmel and all that. We're going to talk about that. She's one of the first women of color comedic impressionists, and I can't wait. She's an author. She's all of that. So I can't wait to have my sister on. That evening on Tuesday, we're going to have today's consciousness in the conscious community with the one, the only Dr. Mukasa Africa. He'll be our special guest. What happened? How can we change it? How can we heal it? And it could be audience participation. That's going to be powerful. On Wednesday, on my new channel, Numerovation News and Views, I present a teacher of biological sciences in high school and college, Dr. Angela Moulton. She is fly as heck. Believe me, she says what she mean what she says. What is happening with our youth in the school system? And she going to be raw with it. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time at my news channel called Numerovation News and Views. And also I'll broadcast part of it because I want her to be as raw as ever. So I'm going to broadcast a little, like the first half hour before I bring her on. New Diamonds would have been my special guest host, but her father is celebrating her birthday on that day. And just want to remind you, on the 30th, we have the one, the only A.A. Rashid will be with us. A.A. Rashid is confirmed that he will be with us live and direct. So make sure you tune in on the 30th. A.A. Rashid, one of the grandmasters of Kabbalah, and do what he does. So make sure you support him. Support my sponsors, of course. Some of the people that are part of my channel here, the one, the only Hypnosis with Kendall. If you want to do any hypnosis therapy, she can help you out. That's 1-800-396-MIND. That's right. That's 6463. Also, big up to my sister, transitionalhealing.etsy.com. 2 great books, but she has a whole bunch of products on her Etsy.com. Make sure you check her out. 340worldwide.com provides expert solution to help your business network and flourish. Make sure you support my sister there. Make sure you get all my books on Amazon right now. All my books on Amazon. King Simon, you could go to Amazon and just come on under King Simon and follow me there. But you could text me for consultation at 347-496-1022. I have 4 levels of consultation. Once you text me, I will tell you the details of what you need to do. And of course, my station, my new Numerovation News and Views station is going to be on. It's on and popping over there. Also, big up to Grassroot Botanicals, grassrootbotanicals.com. They got a circulation formula. All you have to do is put that promo code in there, Simon Says, and they will give you 8% discount. Big up to one of my overlord teachers, the one, the only, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Big up to him all the time. Hit him up, 800-581-4401. And big up to New Diamonds, one of my guest co-hosts on occasions. Make sure you hit her up. Oracle readings, astrology, counseling, all of that. And she does jewelry wrapping classes. Make sure you support her. And remember, the new book is coming out. Numerovation Relationship Chronicles and Workbook for Mental Health is coming out. So you'll be able to pre-order for $10 for the ebook, but the solid book will be coming out around my birthday. But this I'm releasing in October 1st if you want to get that relationship. I'm writing every day, so it is what it is. Family, remember what Dr. B says. I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair used to close out with at every major lecture. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my soul, and my spirit for only truth in your love now. Thank you very much, Dr. Blair, for all that you offer. Thank you very much, Dr. B. That's what you're still offering. Dr. B's website is elevationtime.com. Dr. Blair's website, and all of his books is on there, and all of his, they transcribed a lot of his books. Make sure y'all go to metacenter2.com, the metacenter2.com. Support Dr. Blair's legacy and all that he do. Family, have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great, and remember, I love you because I love me. Take care, family. One love. Hey, this is King Simon, the International Numerovator. Remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to Linktree/King Simon the Numerovator. And remember, don't forget to book my sessions at 347-496-1022. Book now.